haven't been told, and most of them belong to women or to black and ethnic minorities or to the working classes. We've heard endless stories about successful middle-aged white men and what they do, and actually I'm really interested in writing human stories, and a lot of those stories happen to belong to women.
Yes, well, thank you very much indeed for being with us. And let's mention Noel Gwynn at the Globe had only 7 performances.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 South London Road.
Move to the West End. You have your fingers crossed, don't you? Thank you very much, Jess. Now, as we know, sugar is moving to the bottom of the lists of ingredients and best known chefs pioneered to some degree by Jamie Oliver.
In half a mile. At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 South London Road.
It's not healthy eating, so to cook the perfect seasonal pudding, mixed berry crumble with no processed sugar. Why healthy eating?
Well, it's kind of it's the way
In 1,000 feet.
Quite some time.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
On my cakes and bakes. The other side of what I do is healthy eating.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A24 South London Road.
And so I'm thrilled that finally I've been able to do that.
Now, obviously blackberries are still in season. People are going around picking them like mad. So what are the best...
In a quarter of a mile, keep right onto A2003 Ashcombe Road.
Anything you can get your hands on, I would say. I mean, berries are very expensive. So if you can find some blackberries, wonderful. There's
keep right onto A2003 Ashcombe Road.
Frozen variety, because they are a lot more reasonably priced.
So what about cooking the berries? Do you cook them all together first?
In half a mile.
In this one,
at the roundabout, take the first exit onto A2003 Chalk Pit Lane.
Once you put the topping on. So it's just a really simple dish, because you know if you're making apples, sometimes you can cook them down for quite some time, but berries they cook much more quickly.
So if you say you soften them down, what do you,
well, especially if you're using...
I'm not completely ignorant as a cook, but what do you do to soften them down?
Just pop them in a pan for a few minutes to soften them down, especially if
with a bit of water.
Yeah, if you're using frozen ones, you don't need the added water. But yeah, just pop them down, let them soften, and then get that delicious crumble mixture on top.
Now, how do we do the delicious crumble mixture? I've got a little portion here,
oh, you
because
have
obviously we didn't have an oven with our baby bedding into which we could put this pudding to bake, so we had to ask you to bring one already made, and it looks to me, I haven't tasted it yet, but I will, pretty oaty.
It is quite oaty. Well, I wanted to make something. I'm trying to focus on food that the whole family can enjoy. Sometimes when you sit at the table, you have someone who doesn't eat meat, and they're not.
In 1,000 feet.
And I'm someone else is there.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
In this book, there's recipes for everyone, and this is gluten-free. Using gluten-free oats rather than the usual flour that the crumble topping is traditionally made with. So I have some oats and
at the roundabout, take the first exit onto A2003 Chalk Pit Lane.
Refined sugar. It's interesting, isn't it? Because there are so many books and articles of people saying, no, this is my sugar-free recipe, and there's 150 millilitres of maple syrup. Maple syrup, honey, sugar are all pretty much as bad for you as each other.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Ah.
They're all sugars.
Because I do occasionally have honey.
Oh, I still eat them. It's just a healthy alternative, should you so wish. But the thing and the beauty about dates is not only their wonderful flavour, but they contain the fibre, which will mitigate...
In 900 feet,
and
turn right really onto A25 West Street.
Medjool dates. You can use any dates really, but I find these have a wonderful caramel taste.
I've just tasted it. The fruit is sweet. You haven't sweetened that at all.
No, it's just the little bit of dates in it, but no sugar, no refined sugar.
Right. and the topping is really, it's kind of crunchy.
Yeah, I hope so.
And it feels healthy and it tastes good, and it is surprising.
Turn right onto A25 West Street.
To that degree. And you can taste the almonds a little bit as well. It's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, even in a traditional crumble topping, sometimes I like to add some oats, sprinkle some oats in, just gives a different flavour dimension.
So you put all of those in.
Yeah, I've got the
I have a
porridge oats.
suspicion that you may be using butter.
Yes, I am using butter. So I've got I'm just adding it all together here. I've got the oats and the ground almonds and ground ginger, wonderful flavour. And then I've just got 4 tablespoons of butter. Now, butter to me is not a negative thing. It's a health in small amounts. It's perfectly healthy to eat. Everyone is using coconut oil or whatever in dessert.
In 3.1 miles,
everything.
turn left onto Hollow Lane.
So, because the fruit's such a wonderful flavour and the dates, I use butter in a lot of my recipes. I have not joined the coconut brigade.
Is it any less healthy than using coconut?
I think.
I mean, it's a lot healthier than margarine, isn't it?
Oh, margarine should just not really be. Yeah, margarine's not great. All of that, lower cholesterol. It's much better just to use butter, enjoy it, enjoy the flavour, get a good butter, the best butter that you can afford. So I'm just rubbing it in, old school style, same as ever, where you just put it between your fingertips and just rub it gently together so it's all combined. And it's quite important that the butter is hard, otherwise you just get a big smushy mess.
Yeah, my granny always used to say you should always run your hands under cold water before you
That's
it,
right.
so that you don't get the mushy mess if you're making a crumble or indeed if you're making pastry, so I guess she was right about that.
Pastry and crumble are good for cold hands. I always have cold hands, even if it's 100 degrees outside. And if you're doing bread, warm hands.
Well, why? Because
To get
the
that
raising
yeast.
agent needs to be
Because you're manipulating the dough, getting it nice and warm, getting it all these perfect conditions for the yeast to rise.
What do you do if you're making bread? Do you use old-fashioned flour for that, or do you use healthier flour?
I have many different recipes. I often use spelt flour, which is not gluten-free, but it's from an ancient grain and it's a wonderful flavour. But I just thought there are so many healthy eating books out there, and often saying don't eat this and you mustn't have any of that. And I haven't really done that except the refined sugar in Eating Well Made Easy. Because it's a lot of pressure, isn't it? Things you should be avoiding and all these shoulds.
So once you've put the berries that have been
Softened slightly.
into your dish, and then you just sprinkle this on top. And how long do you bake it for?
Yeah, I've got the dates here. I'm just going
Oh,
to
you
pop
just
those in.
crumble those up into.
Yeah, these are chopped up. These big wonderful boys. And just cook it for about 20 minutes or so. You just want the topping to be nice and crunchy.
And what would you serve it with? I'm having it with no cream or custard or anything. What do you like to serve?
What's your favourite
Cream.
cream? Would that be single?
The song, Let's Go to San Francisco, was a top 5 hit in 1967 for which group? Let's Go to San Francisco.
Flower Pot Men.
Is right. Very good. The Flower Pot Men. Bonus question. Heavy metal. You're about to hear part of a hit single by T-Rex, taken from their album Zinc Alloy and the Hidden Riders of Tomorrow. Can you please give me the title of the song?
Surprise, surprise, the boys are home. My guardian angels run down my telephone.
Title of that song, please.
Whatever happened to a teenage dream?
Yes, it's Teenage Dream.
I love T-Rex.
Well, and it worked out for you today, didn't it? All that love has given you a 6-point answer. Well done. In which year were these 3 songs all new entries on this week's chart? Domino Dancing by Pet Shop Boys, She Wants to Dance With Me by Rick Astley, and Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi.
87.
Oh, it's one year again. 88. The American singer Billy Paul made his UK chart debut in 1973, singing about me and
Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones, yes. Bonus question, heavy metal. The Moments were one of the most successful groups on the